Hi FlossTube, my name is Jeannie and this will be my first video. It is my first, I guess I should say my first cross-stitch video. I have actually been on YouTube for a number of years now. I started making videos in 2009 and they are scrapbooking and paper crafting videos, and so you may notice I have lots of videos on my channel. I decided not to start a new channel. I'm gonna see, I just recently got back into cross-stitching and I'm gonna see if it takes I guess again this time before I would separate the channels. So anyway, but I recently got a renewed interest in cross-stitching, and to give you a little bit of a background, I actually was a cross-stitcher before I started scrapbooking, and so this was years ago, probably, oh my gosh, I probably started cross-stitching. Oh, I wish I could tell you. It was when my kids were babies, and they're in their mid-20s now, so it's been a good 25 years since I've done any cross-stitching to speak of. I've dabbled a little bit here and there, but I have a friend here on YouTube. Her name is Sonia. She's Cat Crazy Creations, and she is primarily a cross-stitcher who recently started scrapbooking. So she did a challenge with me last year, and she's doing one with me this year. And just so to support her, I watch her videos and comment and things like that, and it really got me thinking, boy, I think I'd like to do another cross-stitch project, and I think I would like to have something that I can, like sit in front of the TV or sit in front of YouTube and do a little crafty project, which if you've ever done paper crafts, it's not super easy to do that when you're not at a specific designated area that has a table and it has lots of tools and that kind of thing. So anyway, I did save some of my cross-stitch stuff from years ago. In fact, I cracked up kind of going through it, but anyway, so I got rid of a lot of it years ago when I wasn't doing any cross-stitching, but I did save a few things and decided to go ahead and go through my old stash and start a project. So anyway, and you may have noticed I'm not in front of the camera. I may work my way toward being in front of the camera. I know most of you do that. You're in front of the camera and you show your projects and things that way, but really, scrapbookers don't really do that. Mostly our cameras are pointing down to our desks and we do processes and project shares and things like that. So I may get in front of the camera here eventually, but I decided for this first video to go ahead and stay in my comfort zone. I also noticed, you guys, your videos are long. I don't usually, my longest ones are maybe 15 minutes or so. And my equipment, I have an old camera that I'm using and an old computer that I use. So as of right now, I'm just going to probably try to keep them short and sweet. You notice you're seeing, actually, this is, I think, a needlepoint project that was my mother-in-law's. She didn't make it, a friend of hers made it, but I wanted to give you something pretty to look at while we were chatting, but anyway, so that is sort of my journey. I don't have any finishes to show you because everything I cross-stitched, you guys, way back when, I gave away. I cross-stitched as gifts. So I did a couple of wedding samplers that I can remember. I did a baby sampler for a friend. I did a bunch of those pullover baby bibs. I did fingertip towels that I gave as gifts, and then I also, probably my favorite thing I did was I did a cross stitch for my sister on her 40th birthday, and we're all in our early to mid 50s now, so I guess maybe that was about 15 years ago that I did that, and that may have been my last project that I did, but anyway, so that's a little bit, so I don't have any finishes to show you, but I did go ahead and I did start a new project a few years ago and then kind of put it away, and I'm going to put that one into rotation. I did start a brand new one, although it's a really old kit. And then I also am pulling out even an older one that I am working on. And then you guys, the concept of doing a rotation is just, it's kind of like a aha or light bulb moment for me, because I think part of the reason why maybe I didn't do as many finishes is I think I got bored. So I think this will really help me to kind of stay in the mode. So anyway, when I get bored of something, I can move on to something else. But I thought I might, if I have enough time, let me see where I'm at. I thought I'd go ahead and do the Know Your Needle Worker tag, and I have the questions here, so you can get to know me a little bit, and then I'll show you my new start and the whips that I'm working on. So let's see, question number 1, where do you live? I live on the central coast of California, which is right in between LA and San Francisco. I'm not from California though, only been out here about 3 years now, and prior to that I lived my whole life in the Midwest, primarily Indiana, so hence the beautiful covered bridge that you see here. So I am a Midwestern girl at heart, but have been in this beautiful area of California for the last few years, and I'm really, we really love it out here. What do I do for a living? I am a registered nurse. I have spent my nursing career in the maternal child health service line. I'm obstetrics nurse, and what I'm currently doing is I am the perinatal education coordinator. So basically, I coordinate all of our childbirth preparation classes and really all of our classes and instructors. I run the program for the hospital that I work at for all of the education for the community that surrounds new babies and families. So that is what I'm currently doing, and I love it, you guys. In fact, we moved out here for this job, and it's like my dream job. So I really, really love it. Do I have any kids or pets? Yes, I do. I have 2 grown children. My daughter, who is also a nurse, and she's out here with us in California, is 27. And then my baby, my 25-year-old baby, he lives in Austin, Texas. So, yep, 2 kids. And then, yes, we have a little old dog, a 16-and-a-half-year-old Jack Russell Terrier, and and if you look back, if you're interested at all in looking at my videos, my scrapbooking videos, you do see my dog in some of them from time to time. His name is Otis. Other hobbies besides cross stitch is, like I said, paper crafting of all kinds, primarily a 12 by 12 scrapbooker, but I also dabble in, because I have all the stuff. I do card making. I also do oh gosh, just all kinds of mini albums, mixed media things, all that kind of stuff, but primarily 12 by 12 scrapbooking. My favorite movie, oh my gosh, you guys, this one was hard. I'm a child of the 80s, and so I love like John Hughes films. From the 80s. So probably my favorite of his is 16 Candles. Love that movie. I also love She's Having a Baby. And another favorite of mine is The Princess Bride. That's not a John Hughes, but it's a Rob Reiner, I believe, but also one of my all-time favorite movies. So those will probably be the 3 that I pick. Let's see, my favorite TV show. Probably my all-time favorite TV show is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I know that usually surprises people, being that I'm a woman in my 50s, but just thought that show was brilliant and funny and quirky, and I tend to like things that are brilliant, funny, and quirky. Probably my other favorite TV show, kind of in a different genre, was Breaking Bad. So love, love, love Breaking Bad. So those will probably be it. My favorite book, you guys, I have 2. Probably my first one would be Cold Sassy Tree by Olive Ann Burns. I tend to like stories with a lot of dialogue. I love to read written accents, and I love to read quirky little stories about just relationships, and I love period pieces as well. So I love that one, and right up there, it's kind of along the same lines as Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe by Fannie Flagg. Love that one as well. And then my other favorite is a book called Beach Music by Pat Conroy, and amazing writer. I also love Stephen King. I love the way he writes. He's just oh my gosh, just love the way he writes. Even though I'm not typically into horror, he's got a lot of other stuff out there that's just beautifully and amazingly written. So anyway, so that would be my little spiel on the books there. Favorite music? I don't know, you guys, if I can choose a favorite type of music. I love all kinds of music. My husband is a musician. My son is also a musician. He plays guitar and bass. My husband is a percussionist or a drummer. But I would say my top favorites are, oh gosh, just, rock, light rock. I love alternative. I love classical. I love show tunes. The only ones that I don't, the only genres that I don't really like are, I don't really like jazz fusion. I like to be able to hear a melody in a song that has a beginning and an end, and I'm not super crazy about country western. But don't hate it. It's just not my favorite. So anyway, but I'll love all other kinds of music. So, and maybe EDM, that electronic dance music, I mean, it's fun to dance to, but wouldn't want to just sit and listen to it probably. So what word describes me the best? Or what, if I could describe myself in one word, I would probably say, and this is really what based on other people tell me all the time, and I'm not sure that this comes through in my videos, but I would say funny. People always tell me you're funny, you're so funny. So that's the word I would choose, I guess. And then my Instagram name, you guys, is JLBR Scrap RN. So it's all my initials and Scrap RN. So if I don't know, I haven't posted anything stitchy related on there, but that happened. That was one of the questions. So so there you go. You can look at it, and I'll put it in the description box below if you would be interested. Mostly it's just stuff I'm doing out and about. So a little bit of scrapbooking on there, but not much. So okay, you guys, so that is the Know Your Needleworker tag. Let me go on and show you my new start, and then the other whips that I'm planning to have in my rotation here. So, and you guys are gonna laugh. In fact, I plan to do a stash, show you some of my stash, because you guys, I literally have things that are close to 30 years old in my stash, so really funny. But I decided my new start, it was actually this Dale Burdette kit that I got for $1 somewhere. I don't have any idea where, maybe Dollar General. I don't know, but anyway, and this was one, you guys, the copyright on this is 1985. So, but I decided this year I wanted stitch some things that are seasonal, and this is what I had in my stash that look like Valentine's Day with all these hearts. I also liked it because it's kind of mindless, once you get the little, you can see here I'm working on the hearts, and you don't have to think too hard about this. There's not a lot of different colors or anything like that. So it's a little dated, but I still thought it was cute, and am enjoying stitching it. And like I said, it's a real easy stitch. Now, it is one of the things I have figured out is that you guys, I just don't see like when I was cross stitching 15 years ago even. So, and this, I believe, you guys, this is maybe 16 or 18 count Ada. I'm sure it's Ada, kind of an off-white Ada, and it's pretty hard to see for me. But anyway, that's what I started. And this is really what I've been working on. This is about 3 days work, and I'm obsessed, you guys. I really need to be doing some scrapbooking because I have a series going on there, and but I just keep finding myself wanting to cross stitch. So anyway, but so I started this, and here's what it looks like finished. So, and like I said, it's kind of dated, but anyway, so it's a new start, but it's also a whip. So that is one of the things that I'm working on. Then this one, you guys, is a Dimensions kit. And guys, I almost always have stitched, not always stitch with kits, but I didn't even, I've been watching FlossTube now for the last couple of months, and oh my gosh, you guys, the patterns out there and the things that you do. amaze me. The fabrics that are out there, I mean, I am just in awe of what's available now and that kind of thing. But about, gosh, really, this was after I moved to California and I was still doing a travel job. I did a job for 3 years where I flew every week back and forth, and actually commuted out here to California from Indiana, and I decided I wanted something on the plane, and so I just bought a dimensions kit, and this is the one I got. It's called Let It Be, and this is what it will look like when it's done. And but you can see I'm not very far on it. And one of the things I have found, this is on 14 count white Aida, but what I have found is there's lots of color changes in this. I know it doesn't really look like it, but there's lots of color changes, and there's things like you put 2 different colors of thread in the needle and stitch with 2 colors of thread for shading. I've never done that before, so I realized I was a very basic stitcher up until this point. But so the Let It Be kit, I'm working on that, and that is going to go into be into my rotation of the whips that I have. And like I said, I started this one probably 2 to 3 years ago, and started the blue flower and then kind of put it away and haven't played with it much. So but this is going into my rotation. And then the last whip, you guys, that I'll share with you, and I hope my camera will make it here, is an oldie but a goodie. This I know I started this for my cousin for her wedding, that and my daughter was a flower girl. She was probably 4 maybe, and she's 27. So this is about 23 years ago, and it's a Leisure Arts leaflet. And it's to have and to hold, and I never did get it done. And I'm going to show you, I'm actually stitching it in this colorway, but I'll flip this over so you can see a bigger picture of what it looks like when it's done. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this one back into the rotation. My kids are now in the wedding zone, being in their mid-20s. A lot of their friends are getting married. They're in a bunch of weddings, and I thought I'm going to go ahead and work on this and finish it, I think, and then potentially they can give it to a friend. Or I also have, actually, my cousin who I started this for, her brother's getting married this year in July, and so I thought potentially I might finish it off and give it to them. Now, you guys, I always used to bind my cross stitches in masking tape, and this is like, it's crinkly. I hope it didn't ruin the fabric. I was thinking about taking it off, but I'm almost afraid that it has discolored, and I hope I have enough room to frame it. It's not going to be able to have a very big mat. But anyway, this is where I am on it. So I actually made some pretty good headway. I got decently far on it. I mean, I still need to finish. There's this blue border that you see here also goes. This light blue border also goes around there, and then there's all this vine, the flowers and leaves on the vine to finish, and then of course to customize it here. I think the names go here, and then the date down here. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put this one into the rotation, simply because I don't think there's any back stitching on this one. And it's also on 14 count, so I think it will be pretty quick once I get it going, because I really only have 3 or 4 colors left to do. So anyway, so this one is going to go into the rotation too, and I will see if I can't finish it 25 years later or whatever. So anyway, you guys, that is my first FlossTube video. I'm really excited to join the community. I've had an awful lot of fun watching your videos. I'm in awe of what you do. Now I want to do a Mirabilia. Heaven and Earth, I don't know. Oh my goodness, those are amazing. But and I want to do something for all the seasons. So I've been doing a little bit of shopping, and if you take a look at anything else on my channel, one of the things I'm sort of famous for is hauls. I do lots of shopping and not nearly enough crafting. So anyway, that's it for me today, you guys. Like I said, really enjoy your videos, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Thanks. Bye.